I got to tell you, when they scored the second goal to beat Bosnia and Herzegovina 2-0, when they scored the second goal down a man on the free kick from Malik Tillman, it was the first time I started to believe they could actually win this thing. I know I'm going to sound crazy. It's going to sound nuts when you consider what the rest of the world has on us when it comes to football. But for the first time, I started to believe something really special is happening with this team. When Balogun, did I say his name right? Balogun goes out with a red card after scoring a goal earlier in the game, which, by the way, the last guy to have that happen was Zidane when he headbutt the guy and got thrown out of the game. So, I mean, this is pretty special stuff. They're on to the round of 16. They get Belgium. Robert Littal. Remember, this is going out across the country, and then it'll be on YouTube for all to see. Are you a believer in the U.S. yet?
No, absolutely not.
And everybody just simultaneously turned off their TVs and YouTube channel.
It's not. I think they've played well. It's very, to me, in the NCAA tournament, right? The most exciting time is the first two rounds, right? Yeah. Why? Because the upsets, because of the Cinderella stories. By the time you get to the Elite Eight and you start getting to the Final Four, 99 out of 100 times the powerhouses take over. So I think this is a great story. This is a good start for U.S. soccer in 2026 to be able to confidently and be favored to get to the round of 16, but now you're getting closer to the heavyweights. And I think, they may have one more round where, they're going to have an opportunity to win, but then they're going to run into the big boys. They're going to run into Mike Tyson. They're going to run into, they're going to run into Duke. They're going to run into, UConn women. They're going to run into the big dogs. And I think that's where it is. But just like with any Cinderella story, just the fact that they've gotten this far is a win, in my opinion, for them.
Balogun will be lost for that game against Belgium on Monday night, by the way.
That's tough.
Yeah, that is a tough loss for them.
Can they overturn that? Is that a thing that they can look at later, like they do flagrant fouls in the NBA or technicals?
I don't think so. But it would be great if they could, but I don't think so. And again, I don't pretend to know. I watch the game and I know what I'm watching and I understand the rules and all of that. But I won't pretend to be some sort of expert.
They need a card in between yellow and red. Like they need a blue card.
An orange. They need an orange card. Orange
because
would be
I get the yellow, and I think the red should be egregious. Punch somebody in the face.
Everybody else who was watching just turned it off. That's
it.
Yeah,
chop them in the thing, super kick them like Shawn Michaels, then that's a red. But the middle should be an orange, for the middle ground.
By the way, the early odds, it is not basically, it is a pick 'em. It's -110 USA, -110 Belgium to win on Monday. So, I mean, we know we're going to get a thrilling game, but they're missing arguably one of their best players.
Best players,
for
it's
that
almost
game.
like the targeting in the college football.
Yes,
that is the way. It's too much, I think, in my opinion. That's too much.
That is the way it works. But I mean, I'll tell you, the way everybody is sort of rallying around this team and the way the country is rallying around this team, it's different than hockey because that's being played, the Olympics are being played somewhere outside the United States, so you don't really get a chance to appreciate it the same way. The NBA or the basketball and the Olympics, different. This being played here, like, it just feels like the timing and everything is coming together. And I don't want to get hyperbolic and say, like, this is the moment where soccer goes from, Apple TV. I know.
No, look, you got to be honest. As soon as it's over, people move on to other stuff. That's just the way it works.
Really?
Now, we won the whole thing, maybe. I don't know. But I think in America, there's two times that I can say America is actually the United States of America. sports, like the Olympics, like where you get a lot of patriotism and tragedy. If somebody does something to us, then, a lot of times, at least for a brief moment,
right,
we're all Americans at this point. Right now, we're all Americans when it comes to, the soccer. Now, have one of those, brothers miss a penalty kick to get in now in the next round, and we'll see how American everybody is after that. I'm not trying to start nothing. I'm just saying.
Did.
I'm just saying.
Did. The last 3 people that were watching just turned it off. That's it. We have lost the whole soccer crowd now as a result. Everything you've said in this video has literally caused the watch time to just go out the window. When USA Hockey won at the Olympics, Robert, everybody was like, this is going to be a moment for hockey and women's hockey. And I was one of those people that bought into that idea. Within a month, it was gone. Like all of it was gone.
Yeah, I don't think it's, if this happened like 20 years ago or something like that, I think it's different. It's such a different time. Our young people are they're the most famous people there are streamers. You know what I mean? Like, they're more into influencing and more into the games. They're more into their computers, their phones. I just don't see a lot of it changing. I think it was Rob Gronkowski that said that one of the problems is that American football is a quote unquote the number one sport in America. And it takes away from all the potential soccer players, which is why the women's soccer is so good, but the men's soccer has struggled. Whereas in other countries, soccer is the number one sport. If you are an athlete, an elite athlete, you play soccer pretty much everywhere else in the world except America, where, I would say basketball and baseball and football, all, even hockey kind of all take precedent over soccer, where soccer is number one in all of these countries. That's, the cool guys play soccer in Brazil or Belgium or France. And all these other sports, they don't really have. Well, we have these other sports specific to America, which basically take away what could be some of our best soccer players.